By Levi's.
Every other day for this series. Thompson gets a little room and hits a three.
Those are the moments I feel the best as an athlete.
Fakes, fires, puts it in. Unconscionable 7 of 9 from 3.
You feel like you're just clicking and your game is just effortless.
Historically with our team, around our core, there's guys that always find a way to step up at the right time.
To give credit where credit is due, they played exceptionally well tonight and we didn't.
Magnificent performance from the Warriors.
The series is tied 1-1, so that's where we're at.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to NBA Today, presented by Levi's. I'm Malika Andrews, and the defending champions, they showed out on their home floor last night. The Warriors' big three, they helped Golden State to a 127-100 victory to even the series with Los Angeles, as we say hello to our resident big man, Kendrick Perkins, who is here in studio. But Big Perk, let's talk about their big man, or medium man maybe, Draymond Green. What did you see from him that helped the Warriors?
Well, I mean, all the conversation has been around LeBron James and Steph Curry, but the matchup inside the matchup is Draymond Green and Anthony Davis. And Draymond was a no-show in Game 1. And Game 1, Anthony Davis had it his way. That wasn't the results in Game 2. I saw aggressive Draymond Green offensively, looking to attack. I saw Draymond Green doing what he do best. He had 8 assists, 11 rebounds, and 11 points. But it was the impact on the defensive end. Look at the passion, and look at him pose at the bench. Look at the contest. That wasn't I hope you miss. That's I'm going to make you miss. And this is the best version of Draymond. And I think it's going to come down to this matchup right here. What's going to decide who win this series? Is it going to be AD that's going to dominate for the rest of the series, or is Draymond Green going to have him in his back pocket?
Because so far we have seen sort of every other game for Anthony Davis.
Unfortunately.
So is Game 3 going to be the game that he's on? And typically, right, Draymond is the engine that makes the offense go. But last night, that was Steph. He dished out 12 assists. Take a look at this. He had the most he's had in a postgame in nearly a decade. So I want to keep it pushing, though, here, because Draymond Green, he's at the table. Steph, he helps at the table. But when we look back at this, I mean, it was Game 6 Clay that arrived a little bit early here, because take a look at this shot chart from Thompson last night. He went for 30 points. That includes 8 for 11 from deep, his 6th career playoff game with 8 3-pointers. That is the most in NBA history. So I want to bring in my friend and yours, Zach Lowe, into the conversation. Zach, what was going through your mind watching Klay Thompson last night?
I was thinking back to the first month of the season when people were nitpicking Klay, saying he doesn't look the same, he's lost a step, he'll never be the same guy. And I remember all that. You know what? We have tape of this. Just roll the tape and I'll let you know what I was thinking about. And I would bet on Klay Thompson. He ended the monologue by saying, forget all the noise. I am going to be the same player again. And that's what you have to love. Klay Thompson is tough as hell. He's a legend. And considering what he went through and what those injuries are, I think he has, from day one, not just in the finals, not just now, exceeded what could be reasonably expected of him based on those injuries. And I'm betting on him to continue exceeding it.
So you said so.
It's Klay Thompson. It's Klay Thompson. Never doubt Klay Thompson. The man is going to have a big shooting game in every series and multiple big shooting games most likely. And last night, he lit it up. He was the finisher that they needed. And these second half threes, just watch AD. Not quite high enough, AD. First half, he was great. He was coming in, coming out. Second half, he seemed to get a little tired. He wasn't sort of as attentive of where he needed to be. Here he comes. He's about to go dart off that loony pick. AD, too far back, too late. That's Klay freaking Thompson. That is too much space for him. That's a three. And you have to wonder, as this series goes on, all the stuff that AD's got to do defensively, all the space he's got to cover, it's hard to do that over and over again. Big game, Klay Thompson showed up.
We've sort of been waiting for the arrival of Klay Thompson in this as we say hello to CJ McCollum, who is with us as an NBA analyst today. I'm curious, CJ, I want to go back just for a second to Steph Curry's 12 assists. You've defended him a whole lot in your career. When he is dishing like that, what makes him so challenging to cover?
I think what makes him so challenging to cover is that he's constantly moving, and you're used to him being on and off the ball. And I think the adjustment Steve Kerr made was Put the ball in my best player's hands, allow him to make decisions, allow him to be in pick and rolls, allow him to really kind of decide when he wants to shoot and when he wants to pass. And I thought the Lakers tried to dictate the fact that you're not going to beat us. Get down to the paint right here. As you can see, he draws 3 defenders. Looney gets an easy layup. He did a great job of getting downhill. He did a great job of drawing 2 to him, as you can see right here in this transition play. He takes the open space, and they help out of the strong side corner, which is a cardinal sin, and shows you how deadly he is. And Kerr made a great decision inserting JaMychal Green to the starting lineup, and he delivered, knocking down threes, getting layups around the basket, and showing that we're going to play Draymond at the 5. We're going to take away one of our bigs and allow us to have spacing so Clay and Steph can continue to drive and take open shots and really impact and affect our flow of our offense.
And when both of those guys get cooking on the same night, even if it's in different ways, and that spells danger for a whole lot of teams. We've seen it time and time again over the last decade. All right, so somewhere, my dad, who texted me to make sure we were leading the show with the Warriors today, is hanging on to every single word of this conversation because they looked great last night. Right. But now we're headed back to L.A. in this series. So I'll start with you here, Perk. Who should be feeling good? Who should be feeling a little bit more loose, better, hanging on to Game 3 this weekend?
I've been saying this all morning.
Oh, boy.
Didn't the Lakers go down there to Golden State and get a game?
Yep.
And we keep talking. And look, rightfully so. Last night, Clay and Steph, they were tied together like shoelaces. They had a great game together. But we have yet to see Anthony Davis and LeBron James put a game together, and I believe that they will. I believe that the role players will play better at home, so you will get better production offensively from Vanderbilt. D'Angelo Russell shown us what he's doing, what he has done in the Crypto.com arena. I believe that the team that won on the road, that is going home, has the edge, and they should be feeling good, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, that's kind of what LeBron said last night, right? He said, we still feel like we have one of the best defenses, one of the top defenses in the NBA.
Yeah, they do.
Zach, do you feel as good as Perk does about L.A.?
Not quite, but I agree with Perkins that both teams should feel fine right now. The Lakers got to win. The Warriors got some momentum. And LeBron's right. They do have one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. But what's starting to worry me about the Lakers is their offense has been bad for the entire playoffs. They're scoring at a rate that would have ranked 29th among 30 teams in the regular season. They were not a very good offensive team in the regular season, about average, a little bit worse, even after the trade deadline. And as long as we go into the playoffs, the longer we go, the more we wait for this team to have a kind of a breakout offensive game. It just doesn't seem like it's coming. The spacing is clunky. And unless their offense picks up a little bit, it's going to be hard for them to beat these good teams over and over again. You can't be a one-way team in the playoffs. And right now, the Lakers are veering into a defense-first, almost defense-only team.
That's interesting, especially when you're talking about a team that has such an offensive engine like Golden State. Where do you fall on this, CJ?
I got to pause here before I answer this question. Me and Park been arguing all day.
No, we have.
I think the winner.
It's a friendly conversation.
I think the winner of Game 3 wins this series, to be honest with you. And I think historically, if you look at LeBron, you look at AD has played extremely well in every other game. This is the next game in which I think he's going to be very, very dominant. I think there's a sense of urgency on the Lakers' part because they got whooped in Game 2. They kind of let go of the rope, and I think this is a chance for them to kind of show that, look, we did what we were supposed to do. We got the split on the road. Now we're going to take care of our business at home. So I think that the Lakers are going to come out and compete. I think they ultimately are probably going to win Game 3, but I feel like the Warriors' history shows that they're to be trusted, they're to be counted on. They have a guy who delivers. They have a younger team, but they're experienced and veterans. And they have the ultimate advantage of having a Game 7 be at home if it comes down to a Game 7 in this series.
Well, I want to know this, and I think I know Zach's answer. I heard CJ answer. I want to hear your answer.
My answer?
Yes, I'm taking over the host for just this part of the segment.
Please do. All right. What's going on?
I need to know, AD is 30 years old.
Yep.
Why do we have to consistently see the up and down? I'm just asking, not 5 games. We just want to see.
If I had the answer to that, I would be working for the Lakers medical staff. I wouldn't be sitting up here next to you.
You have a great basketball mind, and I'm just trying to see, like, when you're watching it, it's not disturbing to you?
Right. Well, but I think last night you mentioned Draymond Green at the top of the show, and when Draymond contested AD's shots, he held him to 1 of 5 on those shots. So it just seems like this is a Rubik's Cube where they just keep tinkering and tinkering and tinkering. And then also health has had such a big thing to do with this for Anthony Davis. And knock on wood, he's been healthy thus far this year.
That's wood right there. This is not wood.
There we go.
Here's the thing, though. When I look at Anthony Davis, I feel like at some point, it got to be about the name on the back of your jersey.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to go out there and do it for yourself. And I guarantee you hear what I'm saying. You hear what people are saying about you. Like, bro, like, take some pride. Take some pride and say, you know what? I'm going to go out there and do it for me so that I could look in the mirror and say that I'm going out there and being the best version of myself. Does that mean he's going to make every shot? No. Does that mean he's going to shoot a high percentage every night? No. But it's no way in hell Anthony Davis should ever leave a game